Romeo and Juliet, My Fair Lady, A Midsummer's Night Dream. Have you ever wondered what inspired the writer to write them? Greek mythology can enlighten you. Are you ready to listen to Greek mythology analysis for human love?
First topic is affection or true love. True love cannot be forbidden is the keyword of this topic. Forgiveness is a kind of true love. For example, Perkis forgave Syphilis even though he deceived her by disguising himself to make sure that Perkis was still faithful.
Sacrifice, or I die for you, you died for me. For Pyramus and Thisbe, Thisbe seeing Pyramus dead, she also killed herself, and then Pyramus misunderstood that Thisbe would be killed by the lions, so he stabbed himself. Alcestis, the fates had spun all of Admetus' thread of life, so Alcestis sacrificed her life as a substitute of Admetus. Aeneas and Dido. Dido killed herself after Aeneas has left her. Next, Deianira. Hercules was in a burying fire, so Deianira killed herself because she felt guilty. Next, Hero. She killed herself after Leader had died in a stormy night. The last, Evadne. Knowing that her husband, Capaneus, had already died, she leaped down to the blazing pyre. Other couples who are loyalty and faithfulness are Pyramus and Thisbe, Pygmalion and Galatea, Bacchus and Philemon, Perseus and Andromeda. Let's move on to the next topic, family love. Have a look at mother's love. Diope. She plucked a lotus tree for her son. Then she begged her husband and her sister to bring him to play at her shade after she became a tree. Next, let's have a look at father's love. Daedalus created wings for him and his son Icarus to escape from the labyrinth. And he also warned Icarus not to fly too high because the sun might melt the glue at his wing. Next, King Aegeus. He saw the black sail which was the sign of Theseus' death, so he threw himself into the sea. And the last father's love, King Priam. He kissed Achilles' hand and begged for Hector's dead body.
Faithful children. Antigone is Oedipus' daughter. She went with Oedipus to take care of him after he had resigned the throne. Ismene, she looked out for Oedipus' interest. Iphigenia, she let her father, Agamemnon, sacrifice her to Artemis. Next is Eryxithon's daughter. She let her father sell her for money again and again. The next is Perseus. Perseus is a faithful son of Danae. He killed Polydectes, a cruel ruler who wanted to marry his mother, and then brought her back to Greece with him. Hippolytus, the son of Theseus. He revealed his stepmom's love in order to not betray his father. Faithful siblings. Antigone, Polynices' faithful sister. She was against Creon's order and was killed because she buried her brother. The last is Procne. She fled with her sister Philomela after knowing that Tereus treated her sister badly. Faithful friends. First is Hercules. He is a faithful friend of Theseus and Admetus. He held Theseus from forgetfulness' chair and brought back Alcestis, a ghost wife of Admetus, from underworld. The next is Achilles, a faithful friend of Patroclus. After Patroclus was killed by Hector, in sorrow, Achilles made Hector pay with his own death. Achates is Aeneas' faithful friend. He accompanied with Aeneas on his journey. The last is Theseus. He stood by Hercules and lost his courage when he determined to kill himself. And Theseus also helped Perithous drove the centaur away from the marriage feast, and went to the underworld to kidnap Persephone, even though it's not successful. The next is patriots, loyalty to their own countries. First is Hector, the greatest fighter of Troy in the Trojan War. He fought with Achilles one-on-one before the great scanning gates of Troy. The next is Patroclus. He decided to wear Achilles' armor and try to drive back the Trojans. The last one was Menesius. He was willing to die for his country, Thebes, by joining the war.
We can see sympathy in Greek mythology. In the adventures of Odysseus, the Phaeacians made Odysseus a ship to sail back home. Theseus, Adrastus begged for his help. Theseus and the Athenians led his arms against Thebes to bury the active dead. Also, he is the one who received Oedipus, whom everyone else had cast out. Speaking of Odysseus, in the fall of Troy, he could not leave poor Philoctetes alone, so he persuaded the prince to come with him. Achilles, he felt sorrowful for the cruelty he had done to Hector. Therefore he let his servants watch Hector's body and covered it with a soft robe, and kept the Greeks back from the battle for 9 days. The Trojans lamented Hector. To live happily together forever is the key of happy ending. There are many characters who have happy ending stories. For example, Pygmalion and Galatea, Baucis and Philemon, etc. Let's take a look at another main topic: passion and selfish love. Treachery and betrayal. The first person we cannot miss is Medea. She betrayed her own father and the country by helping Jason do King Attis' task and fled with him. Jason. He was Medea's husband, who left her and was engaged to the princess of Corinth because of his ambition. Clytemnestra. She killed her own husband, King Agamemnon, because he was the one who slayed their daughter, Iphigenia. Selah. She betrayed her father, Nisus, and the country. The safety of the throne depended on her father's lock of hair. However, she decided to cut and give it to Minos of Crete, the man she loved. Adultery. Clytemnestra. She hated Agamemnon, her husband, and had Atticus as her lover. Thyestes. He fell in love with Archias' wife and succeeded in making her false to her marriage vows. Paris. He loved Helen, Menelaus' wife, and brought her to Troy with him.
Revenge often occurs in the theme of love in Greek mythology. Medea was a devoted wife of Jason. When Jason left her and had a new fiancée who was the princess of Corinth, she killed the princess as a revenge. King Minos of Crete lost his only son Androgeus while the youth was visiting Athenian king. He was killed by a dangerous bull. So he took a revenge on Athenians by letting them send their maidens and youths every 9 years to be devoured by Minotaur. Clytemnestra is an Agamemnon's wife. She slayed her husband as a vengeance for her daughter Iphigenia, who was sacrificed by Agamemnon. Later, Orestes avenged his father Agamemnon by slaying his mother Clytemnestra. His sister Electra also helped him make their plan. Freda killed herself and left a letter which stated that she was harmed by Hippolytus because he did not accept her love. Many revenge was cursed by jealousy. Medea was jealous of the princess of Corinth. Another well-known devoted wife in Greek mythology is Deianira, the wife of Hercules. She heard that Hercules was madly in love with Iole, so she sent a love chant to Hercules. Ino was a king Athamas' second wife. She tried to kill Phrixus, the son of first wife, so that her own son, Melesiades, could inherit the kingdom. This is a jealousy caused by mother's love. Circe the witch fell in love with Glaucus, but Glaucus loved Scylla. So Circe, jealous of Scylla, she changed Scylla into a monster.
Death, separation forever, suffer are the keywords of tragic ending. Many couples in Greek mythology end with tragic endings. For example, Pyramus and Thisbe, Hercules and Megara, Cephalus and Procris.
I'm going to talk about the highlights from the presented stories. The first highlight is, who said? The first one, love cannot live where there is no trust. Cupid told Psyche after he knew her faithlessness. And the next one, oh, I have had in you a loyal husband, to be admired of men, and exiled now. Oh God, no one to help, I am alone. Medea's ironic words to Jason shows that she was painful for getting exiled by her beloved husband, whose one she thought so good and loyal to her. The last one, all is yours, the love I owed my father who is dead, the love I might have given to my mother, and my poor sister cruelly doomed to die. All yours now, only yours. What Electra said to Ariston shows us how much she loved her father, Agamemnon, and was so glad that her brother came back, hoping he would avenge their father. And the next highlight is going to be psychological conditions named after characters in Greek mythology. The first one, the Oedipus complex. It occurs when a boy is fixated on his mother and competes with his father for material attention. Like Oedipus, he slew his father and married his mother. The last one, the Electra complex. This condition is the attraction of a girl to her father and rivalry with her mother. Like Electra, she held her brother, Orestes, slay their own mother. And these are all the highlights.
To conclude, Greek mythology reflects many aspects of human love, which could be generally found in people's real life at that period. Love somehow affects humans. It told them to die, take revenge on someone, or even cause a big war. Perhaps we can say that mechanics of love in classical mythology and in the world we see every time we open our eyes are not different at all.